So we are recording now. Okay. So yes,
Okay.
just tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your name? Where do you live? And what is your profession? And how did you get to know about us?
So my name is Khushboo, and I'm currently in Delhi right now, and I got to know about your like entire team and what you do from social media. Also, one of my common connect, she's been your client. I've not spoken too much with her over the last couple of years, but she's also given a good feedback in terms of on your media channel. I saw that, and that's how I got connected with your team, and that's about it. Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about the goal that you had. So when you joined us, what was the goal that you came.
I had multiple goals. First, I wanted to, of course, reduce the fat percentage. That was most important. And the second was I want to lose weight. And along with that, I'm planning for a family in couple of months. So I wanted to accordingly cleanse myself and get my vitals back to normal, and get everything in check. It's like preparing my body for something important coming up. So I had multiple goals. Yeah.
Great. And till now, how has your experience been? How do you find our diets practical? And any three reasons why you would recommend us to someone?
Yeah, I think as I've also traveled with, like with being on the plan, I've traveled twice, and I feel that the first and the most important thing is like most of the diets we fail because once we leave it, or once we don't do it well, the things come back, the lost weight, and we start gaining and putting on. So there is no reverse, not much of a reversal thing which is happening. So it's sustainable, it's doable, and it's maintainable, and your team is quite active, and they're very supportive. So I would definitely recommend. That is also second reason. Yeah, I would recommend that the entire team is, like guides the things very well. And third, it is basically it's a comfort. I mean, it sinks in. It's just things, but you don't know in the right proportion, in the right way, and the timings, and as to how put the pieces of the puzzle back together. So you and your entire team have helped to actually align the basics of the life, and help us navigate in a very easy way. Yeah.
Mhm. Great, great. And
Yeah.
your goal was improving your health overall. Has
Yeah.
that goal
Overall.
been achieved on the right path? How do you feel about the whole process, and how do you feel about your own journey? Tell us a little bit more about it.
I feel that so far it's been, I think, 2 months, and I feel I'm in the right path. We are going in the right way, and I feel it is good. And in fact, I'm looking forward to further changes. And the journey has been really good. Really good in terms of sync, in terms of the communication, in terms of the feedback, in terms of queries, everything gets resolved quick. So it's been good. So I would definitely recommend, and I have recommended a couple of my friends who want to really get their life in order back, who have goals to do. I mean, like each to own, but they can reach out for improvements. Yeah.
Absolutely. And do you kind of enjoy the options like when we change your meal plans each week? Do you kind of look forward to your meal plan? And
Yeah, yeah,
what
and
are your
I
thoughts?
like it. Yeah. I like it. I kind of like it. It's in fact refreshing for the brain as well, because once you find something which is monotonous and which is like everyday kind of a thing, you get bored, and you start feeling, no, there is, like for me, at least I feel that, it's always good to have that change also on the terms of like in terms of like mentally also. I feel good, when I change and I explore more options, and then I realize there are so many healthier all than alternative altogether. If I put back all the weekly plans, and there's so much, it's like a palette of options to choose from. Yeah. So I feel good.
Perfect. I'm glad you're having a
Yeah.
good time and you're also getting your results slowly and steadily. And
Yeah.
that is what the main key is, that, it's a lifestyle change that we're aiming for. We're not looking at a very
Yeah.
short-term fix, but we're looking at a very long-term goal that if you're putting in so much of time, money, and effort, these results should be long-lived. We
Right.
don't want to
Right.
kind of keep doing yo-yo dieting. And
Right. Right.
the meaning of diet is just a way of life. You don't need to suddenly remove things. You don't need to cut out food groups altogether. It's mainly about the timings, the combinations, and the quantities. So eating your food groups in the right proportions, like a right balance of
Right.
macronutrients, micronutrients. So yeah, just continue on that path. Stay
Yeah.
consistent with your workouts, be physically active, and of course, eat your meals at regular intervals, every 2 to 3 hours, so that there is sustained release of energy, sustained release of glucose, and you don't feel
Mm.
hungry for a very long time. And it's very
True.
essential that we have like a rainbow plate. Rainbow plate basically means that when we put a lot of color onto our plate, we get like a variety of nutrients into our system,
Mm.
and that also
Mm.
expands the bacteria and the gut microbiome. So
Mm.
your think of your gut microbiome as like a garden. So it's like, you if you have a garden, you try to like put like different kinds of flowers or different kinds of
Mm.
plants. And that's what we want for our gut as well, that we want different variety of bacteria coming into our system. Right. So that is the main idea behind meal planning as well, that there should be a lot of variety in terms of flavors, in terms of
Mm.
textures, in terms of different
Mm.
cuisines as well. Because I really want you to
True.
look forward to your meal plan. And uh,
Yeah.
it's good to, explore food in different countries, different cultures, different states. It expands your gut microbiome.
Right. Right. True. True.
But great, thank you so much, Khushboo. Feel free to
Thank
touch
you.
base with me at any time whenever you have questions,
Sure.
any doubts. Let me know. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Avni. Bye.
take care.